1-800-375-2872. The adrenaline's going. Give me a call at 1-800-375-2872. Kaislyn? Is that your name, Kaislyn?
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
What is
Hi, how are you?
What is the origin of that name?
My parents stated that it is biblical, but I've never found it.
Well, some extraordinarily unique Bible. Okay, what can I do for you?
Yes, ma'am. So I am a first-time listener. I was on my way back from East Texas, and I heard you read This Man His Rights, and I need you to read mine. So, cutting straight to the point, because I see that's the type of woman you are. I appreciate that. So this guy I've been dating for on and off for 3 years, right? And so it's been hard for me to let go. It's been hard for him to let go because his actions are like he's interested. The guy I spoke to today brought up before I spoke to you, brought up a great question. Is it chemistry between both of us or is it one-sided? And I was like, no, it's definitely between both. And there's some things he's done in the past. So, we have ugly scars. But he's just like, I was like, I want princess treatment. He was like, well, I can't give you that. Like he said, I can't give you a relationship. So I'm like, okay, he equates princess treatment to a relationship and it's not going to work for me. And he doesn't want to give me a relationship, but it's hard for me to let go. It's hard for him to move on as well. So I just need help.
How much of your life do you want to waste? How much of your life do you want to waste? If you really want to be in a relationship with somebody and he's telling you he's not that person, but he enjoys aspects of relating to you, but what you ultimately say you want, he's clarified that that's not what he's going to give you, then how much of your life do you want to waste? Because it's not easy to find somebody in today's age. So just tell me, months, years, decades, how much do you want to put into this bouncy ball thing?
I mean, it's been 3 years. I'm tired of putting in time.
No, I'm asking you a question. I need you to answer with a number.
No more.
Well, then why do you say something silly to me like, I can't let go? What does that mean?
It's hard because I'm like, I feel like I'm not going to find anybody else. And I don't want to start over.
You may not. You may not. But this is not the one. And unless you let go of this one, then we're not freed for the possibility. There's no guarantee you're going to find anybody right or that you're right for somebody else. You live in a very tiny percentage of the planet. People are all over the planet. So your statistical probability of actually finding somebody with whom you're a good match is not great. But does that mean you stay in something that isn't working? Doesn't have a future for sure? Just asking.
No, ma'am, but then how do I gain my dignity back, move on, and be about my business?
What does this have to do with dignity? The hell you do? How is this dignity? What are you talking about?
How do I get my pride back and pull myself up and move on? Steps
what
1
do you
through
mean
3.
your pride back? Why is pride an issue? You're not a match. That has nothing to do with your value or his. You two could be the two nicest people on the face of the. You two could be the nicest people on the face of the earth, but if you're not a match, where's the dignity? Where's the pride? What the hell are you talking about?
I guess my thing is I'm hurt. So it's just
Why are you hurt? You're not a match. Why are you hurt?
Because my feelings are involved. That's why I'm hurt.
No, I don't understand it. His feelings are involved too.
Okay. So here's the thing. If you don't understand, I wasted 3 years emotionally involved. So I am emotionally invested. That's why I'm hurt. Okay. So to move on and not be hurt.
Stop. That's a gavel. That means you stop talking. Okay? Like in a courtroom. You wasted 3 years. That was voluntary. You can't have hurt feelings for what you did. You can only have hurt feelings for what he did. And you stayed. He was clear. You stayed. You figured, well, if I hang in there long enough, maybe he'll change. It didn't. This has nothing to do with pride or ego. You made a calculated error. You made a mistake. You're turning it into something having to do with feelings, which makes it hard for you to let go because you'd rather keep trying than have hurt feelings. Well, it's nothing about feelings. You made a mistake. And the smartest thing to do when we realize we've made a mistake is to say to ourselves, well, this was a mistake, and what do I have learned from this? I've learned you can't beat on a wall and hope it turns into a door. So I'm not going to beat on walls anymore. That's how we get through life. We admit our mistakes, we see what we've learned from them, and we take our next step using what we've learned.
Yes, ma'am. Any advice on stepping away and moving forward?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. Any advice on what?
Yes, ma'am. Any advice on stepping away from this relationship and moving forward?
Yes, sit with him and say, you told me from the beginning that I was on an impossible journey, and I was hoping to turn it into possible, and that was a mistake. I should have respected what you had to say from day one. And I've learned from this. I benefited, as you did, from some nice times we had. And I'm going to miss those nice times. But right now, this is a permanent break, and I have to get on with my life and find somebody where it isn't a mistake, where he isn't sort of challenging me to try to make him be different in 3 years. It doesn't work. So you just talk about what you've learned and what your next plan is. That's how you move on as an adult.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I appreciate that.
Well, you're very welcome, and welcome aboard. I'm glad you found us, and I hope you'll stay with us.
The Dr. Laura Program.
I would never call